Hello, everybody. Amanda Davis here, and this is going to be another quick scope for Perry Girls, this time for our PG Honor assignment, and that's an initiative that we're doing for graduation and new beginnings. It started on Monday, and we're going to do it through the 30th, so over the next few days. But the topic for today is talking about life purpose, and is it necessary to know your life purpose, and how you would advise someone to find their life purpose. And what I'm going to say, because we're talking, 18-year-olds and up. Sorry, don't want my face to be all the way. Anyway, since we're talking for 18-year-olds and up, I'm going to say if you're 18, no, it's not necessarily necessary that you know your life purpose. Because one of my main points with this is that as you get older, your life purpose might change. Now, myself personally, when I was in high school, I pretty much was set on the fact that I wanted to be a teacher. I had been saying that for a really long time. For whatever reason, although probably because I did enjoy learning, and from a young age, there was a love of learning there. But for whatever reason, I always enjoyed school. I didn't always enjoy the people that were at school, but I always enjoyed school and learning. And so I just, from about the time I was in second grade, people would say, what do you want to be when you grow up? Hi, thank you for popping in. People would say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would always just say, I'm a teacher, and thank you for sharing too. Or I want to be a teacher, and I want to be a teacher, I want to be a teacher. And my parents always thought I was going to change my mind, and I didn't. And then it came time to try to decide what I wanted to go to college for. And so I did. At that point, I really didn't know what else to go to college for. So I decided teacher, but I had to decide what kind of teacher. So I decided on elementary because I knew that I always enjoyed working with children. And then, of course, I started off, after I graduated, I did start off in elementary school, but in a public school. And then I decided that I would rather do early childhood. Some things happened that influenced that decision, but I decided to try for early childhood. And so that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years. And but at the same time, like I said, so that life purpose changed. Like the teacher part was still the same, but it went from elementary to early childhood. It very well could change again at some point. And so I think that's important to note, is that your life purpose can change. But I think, so no, it's not necessarily necessary to know your life's purpose, because I feel like a lot of people probably don't feel like they have a life purpose. I guess just knowing the people that I know, I feel like a lot of my friends and family, if I was to say, what's your life purpose? They probably would be like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, I just kind of live life and go to work and do things. And so I would say no, it's not necessarily necessary. But I would also say that if you feel like you have a life purpose, as far as like for myself, I always wanted to, when people ask me what I wanted to do, teaching, but the reason behind it was because I felt like I could make a difference that way. I wanted to make a difference in the lives of others. So that would be my life purpose, to make a difference in the lives of others. And so I feel like I do that. And but I also feel like, as far as how to advise someone to find their life purpose, I think it's just something that kind of comes to you. Just gets in your path. And as far as like, if we're talking more along the lines of like career path and that kind of thing, because I think a lot of times your life purpose might be to do with your career path. There are counseling things out there, but also just, what are the things that you like to do? Because ultimately, you should be doing something that you like to do. So what are the things that you like to do? You can think about that. You can think about, what careers might be involved with that. And then also just how does that fit into your overall, like what you see yourself doing with your life. And again, like I feel like most young people, it's going to just kind of come to you in some form or another. And if it doesn't just come to you, if you really are struggling to try to come up with a life purpose and you happen to see this, I don't know, ask your friends, ask your family, ask the people that know you what they feel like you should be doing with your life. Because I think that's something too that can help, because they might say, well, hey, you should really try doing this, this, and this. Because when my parents kept thinking I was going to change my mind about teaching, my mom was like, well, you always play, The Sims, but my mom was like, well, you always play that Sims game. Maybe you could be an architect or somebody that does something with computers or, just stuff like that. So I think, of course, she didn't realize that with The Sims, like, I was the person that I very quickly had the house built. It wasn't always the best artwork, and I went ahead and went straight to playing with my Sims because I didn't, want to take the time to build and customize and do all that like some people do. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, I mean, just what do you like to do? What do you see yourself doing with your life? And and for me, I feel like even if I ultimately end up out of the teaching field, like there's other ways that I can make a difference in the lives of others. I feel like by being here on Periscope, reaching 1 million hearts last night, like I am obviously making a difference in the lives of my viewers, or they wouldn't be giving me hearts. So, and I know a lot of the people that I watch have made a difference in my life, and I just feel like so there's other ways that I can do that other than Periscope, but other ways. So, but yeah, and both of the direct sales businesses that I do, they also are related to that purpose. In fact, I guess any really like customer service oriented thing could be related in that purpose. So it's not necessarily difficult to find something where you can make a difference in the lives of others. But the other thing too is you're always going to do it, with your friends and your family and the people that meet you. And like today, we had a parent that the child is no longer going to be at our center. They found a different thing to do. But she thanked us for everything, and she said, thank you so much for everything that you've done. And, I really appreciate it. And so, by taking care of her child for the last few months, I've made a difference in her life. And it's always good to hear. Like, she's not the first parent either. We've had several parents come in, and I specifically have had several parents tell me, thank you so much for what you do. I truly appreciate it. And it's just nice to hear that. It's nice to hear that the parents appreciate what you're doing, especially coming off of the job that I had before from public school. I didn't hear that as much as I should have, although I did have a couple of select parents that did tell me that. But even so, it's still, it's nice to know that you're making a difference in their life and in the lives of their children. And some of those kids are going to remember you. I mean, in my case, they're very, very little, so probably not, but so much. But the older ones, maybe. Because I do remember, like, my kindergarten teacher and some of the older kids, or some of the kids that I know now at that center are going into kindergarten in the fall. I do remember vaguely my preschool teacher. Of course, she didn't teach me till I was 3, not 1 or 2. But at the same time, like, the ones that stay in the center, the longer that I'm there, like, some of my first students when I first came to the center are now in public school. So, like, those kids will probably remember me because they say hi to me all the time. And, they might go, hey, that Miss Amanda chick, and, oh, yeah, she did teach me, for a while when I was at that school. And, but anyway, it's just nice to hear, like I said. So got off of the topic a little bit there. But, yeah, I mean, I would say no, it's not necessarily necessary, depending on how old you are. I also would say that it could definitely change as your life goes on, depending on your life circumstances. And as far as advising someone to find their life purpose, the first thing to do would be to think about what you like to do and what is it that you really want to do with your life. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But thank you, Ha, for sticking with me and for the hearts and for sharing out to your followers. And also thank you to all the replay viewers. And I said it in the previous scope, and I don't think I said it on this one. So thank you to everyone that helped me reach 1 million hearts. I really do appreciate it. All of the people that follow me and watch me consistently, I definitely appreciate that. And yeah, but I think that's it. And if you happen to watch this and stick with it all the way through, and you are not in Perry Girls, but you are a woman scoper, definitely check us out at perrygirls.com. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this around because I remembered on this one about the thumbnail, but also on the other one I was trying to hurry up and finish because I didn't want to go over my 3 minutes. But anyway, so here is the thumbnail. And thank you again, Ha, for watching and the hearts. And I will see everybody later. Bye, guys.